Lee, Rob! It's Monday. Back to Mondays again, once again. What we're up to this week?
So for me, a lot of Athena work. So we want to get the fencing in. So we've got two different types of fencing. We've got like wooden fence posts and like some stone drywall. We want to get that in the game so we can like block off areas. But other than that, painting. I know I've said that before, but I mean it this time. It's got a little bit of painting to do. I'll do it. I promise.
Yeah, for me, so there's a couple of store page stuff. So right now I'm doing the announcements for the Landscapes DLC. Just getting that announcement out and getting the giveaway started as well on Discord. So as I want to get the store page sent off for XC, just so that's done in advance for next month. But yeah, other than that, just a lot of WooLoop levels. I think about 6 left to do, maybe 6 or 7. So yeah, I'll get as many of them done as I can.
Yeah, and for me, I've just started the next DLC for Coloring Pixels, which is Pirates. So it's going to be a fun one, and I may sprinkle a bit of Skystead tweaks in between.
Okay, so you might have just seen in the stand-up that we did, you might have seen these on the table, but why is it so dirty on the table? Let's get that wipe. We've got these little coin, like, wood off-cutting things. The plan is to do a giveaway, maybe. Basically, I've got a laser cutter, laser engraver, so we're going to engrave little Skystead-themed, like, creatures on one side and, like, a QR code on the other. And we're going to do that for all of these, probably a lot more, honestly. Why is he so grumpy? Oh. And yeah, I think they're quite cool. Quite just little discs of like branch off cuts. And yeah, it should be like a little token that we can give to people.
So even though it's Monday, I've taken the step away from doing the vlog. So most of the footage hadn't been uploaded by the time I got on doing it. That's fine. Been making a lot of progress on WooLoop instead. You can see here I'm making sort of a Northern Lights level. Trying to create one here. As well as that, I've managed to get a couple of other levels done, so I finished up this Wild West level at the end of last week. Play tested it this morning so I could get it QA tested, and that seems quite good. As well as that, I finished up this little waterfall level. It's quite a basic one, quite a small one, but I think it's a nice little change of pace from some of the other ones, because a lot of these levels are quite large. So yeah, that's 2 levels done, and the third one well on its way. So yeah, that's really good progress. As well as that, however, I've announced the Landscapes DLC there as well, because that page is live, and I've sent off the request to Steam to get the page for the next XE DLC approved as well. So that's sent off, and hopefully it'll be made live in the next couple of days.
Okay, so it's been quite a productive day. I've gotten through quite a lot of the Pirate DLC. This morning I was working on this telescope image, or spyglass. It came out quite nice. I did incorporate that reflection on the front there. But moving forward, I worked on this image today. Really happy with this one. I love the colours. Essentially, I wanted to have it contrast between the top and bottom, as you can see quite obviously, and have a sinking boat and of course the triumphant boat on the top. I quite like it. Definitely reminiscent of some of the old artwork I did for the sci-fi fantasy pack, especially that underwater one. Definitely took some notes on that one. After that, I did a little small one just to change it up, did a little compass icon, but now I'm kind of working on a bit of an overly ambitious image. Essentially, I'm wanting to do a skull cave, kind of interlaced into the mountain, and there's going to be a pirate ship. See if I can quickly draw it. It may look terrible. Essentially sailing in, how would that look? About there. Yeah, it's going to be sailing into the mouth here. Look a bit creepy. So hopefully that'll come out nice. I don't think I'm going to finish this one today. It's definitely quite a big one, and it's quite jam-packed with detail. Just finished our new little drawing for the Star Wars themed calendar. This was a challenge presented on the Discord to try and draw Chewbacca as small as I could with the big thick chalk. Well, not too thick, but not enough to be able to capture enough detail. But hey, I think I've done pretty well. I quite like them. Standing out with the rest of them now.
Okay, so I managed to get my laser engraver out last night, and I engraved a couple of these little wood cut-off things. I did miss the other side, so don't look at that. Don't look at that. But yeah, they turned out really well. The detail you get, especially on the small one, is really impressive. Excuse me, boss. Do you mind? Yeah, the detail is really, really impressive. We basically Jack did this design for like a coaster that I did for him a couple of weeks ago, and I've just scaled that down and it seems to work quite fine. So yeah, I think it's all go for that. Hopefully we'll be able to give these out at MCM when we go in October.
Yeah, okay, so I've been working on a little bit of a sidetrack thing for our games as well. One of the things that I have to spend a lot of my time on is doing builds for everyone. So I managed to build this tool set where basically just like you go tools build, you set the type of build that you want, and then you just do build all and upload, and that'll run through building for every platform, so Mac, Linux, 2 for Windows, and then it'll upload them all to Steam. And I've just been basically testing out ChatGPT a bit, and I've now written a Discord bot that will now notify people when a new build is live, and that build is actually made live automatically. So before, once I'd done this build all and upload, it would take maybe like 5-10 minutes to run through them all, and then I would have to remember to go onto the Steam website and make it live manually, but ChatGPT told me how to make it better, basically. So there's a couple of extra steps that I don't have to worry about anymore, so in theory now I can just press the button once and then forget about it. So yeah, I've got it working for Skystead. Now I just want to quickly do a pass of our other games and get it all working there. Okay, so I've started painting this little entrance room that we've got. Immediately messed it up, so I started painting, I opened the wrong tin basically. I opened the tin of grey. So now I guess we're going to have grey walls in here. Sure, it's supposed to be white, but whoops.
Yeah, I'm getting on alright with the video editing. It's quite a long video so far, so I might trim it down a little bit. But I just thought I'd take a quick break and then go over some of the pirate stuff with Jack, because we're working on the next DLC. And obviously you've got some images in the game already that are sort of pirate themed. This is maybe the Flying Dutchman image from the mythology book way back when. But whilst we're having a little look through, we found there's an old book here with loads of resources in. And these are all completed pixel art artwork. I think these have been requested by the artist back when we did some of the other books, such as the landscapes book. We requested art from an artist on Fiverr, and yeah, this looks like for the most part, completely finished book. There's 20 images here. We'll load them all up. There we go. 20 images here. They're all of different scale. Some of them are 100 by 100, and then they've been scaled up to get a better view. But yeah, this is a book that we could throw together and get ready if people are looking for it. So yeah, I guess next time we do the Patreon poll, we'll add this in as an additional option.
Okay, so I managed to get the storm image finished. I'm quite happy with it. I do this a bit more free-handed than I usually do for the rest of the images, but there was a few problems I want to fix up as I'm not too happy with it. I showed the guys it and they had some cool suggestions that I've just missed out on. I think I've been looking at too long. So this sail should more be like this way, so the wind's blowing it like that. So it matches with the other ones, and already that looks tons better. And I think I'm also going to add a flag up here somewhere. Maybe, not sure it's going to be red, but I'll draw them in so it's easier to see. And as you can see, that just already adds up more to the image. I quite like the red contrasting with the blue. So I made those tweaks. But at the minute, I'm currently starting a new image, which is going to be a kraken. Looking quite good so far, as I'm just kind of sketching it out. Not sure what it's going to look like. Looking a bit too much like Cthulhu right now, so I'm going to tweak the colours and a bit more of the overall design, but hopefully in a few hours it should look a lot better.
Towards the end of Wednesday now, I've spent all day just making levels. It's a bit of vlog work in the morning, getting uploaded and stuff for tomorrow. But yeah, I've been working on this level, which is a sort of a terraced rice field. You see, you've got the sort of the photograph there. I've added a bit of a sunrise sort of thing on there. But yeah, it's taken a bit longer than I wanted to, and also it was a bit tedious doing all these back and forth bits here. So I've gone ahead and made a second level as well, which you can see over here, which is this sand dune level. One that's not more basic. I'm sort of focusing on the light, try to get the shadows on the dunes from the sun. Got some footprints here as well, just to add a bit of detail. And yeah, quite a bit that's came out. Another sort of simple one. Mainly because a lot of the ones that I see done are very large. So yeah, another simple one, and then I've got some large ones sort of planned for the future as well. So I'll make a start. I'll continue this tomorrow, and I'll make a start on some of those extra ones as well.
Okay, yeah, so I didn't do an update yesterday. I was working from home, so I just thought it best to just sort of like crack on and show you all what I was up to today. And yeah, it's been quite productive. So you see we've got all of this fun stuff, basically trying to get placement working. We've got these gates as well, which look really cool. The sort of like the physics works quite nice for them as well. And yeah, the other thing we've got, so if you press 1, you get the shovel out. So we've had that before. But if you press 2, you go into this like building mode. Ooh. So the graphics in this that we're using do need updating. So we've got this hologram thing at the moment. You see as we go over an object already existing, then it goes red. It's not great, but we'll have a look at that in the future. And we've got this like grid sort of like thing at the floor. I don't know what you would call that, but that needs improving as well. I've got a couple of ideas for it, but bottom line is you can build stuff, which is pretty cool. We've got a few items as well, so we've got fence posts, the gates like I was just showing you, and then we've got some other cool items. So we've got the scarecrow with the little derpy face on it, the bird bath, which you can see just there, and the lanterns that we've got as well. So yeah, it's just been really cool trying to get this working. You can't remove anything yet, but that should be pretty easy for us to add. And yeah, it just needs a bit of work to make it more polished to what we want. There's just a lot of like animations and stuff. Like the animation when you actually place the thing isn't great. I've got these as well, cute little boys. Yeah, so a friend of mine basically makes plushes in his spare time, so I commissioned him to make a couple of slime boys. I think we're calling these the bowing game, because they look like bow buns, don't they? But yeah, they're really cute. I'm sure Lee's got a reference image or something on screen. Thank you, Lee. But yeah, they look really cool. They've got like a cardboard bottom as well, so they stand upright and things like that. It just means that we're going to have to definitely shade one of them blue now, aren't we? Since we've got a blue push. But yeah, we're not sure how we're going to use these, but they're really cool to have around the office anyway. Yeah, so I've done a second coat of paint. I've just been doing it with a brush, so I think 2 coats should be enough. You can't really see because the light doesn't work in here, but it just looks like a dark room, doesn't it? The grey isn't that bad. Lee said he quite likes the grey. It's like ToastieLabs grey, isn't it? Okay, I've just discovered that for some reason you can only interact with the animals when you've got the shovel out now, which is a bit worrying. I'm sure I'll fix that at some point. But yeah, I've been working on the building stuff, so I was showing that off the other day. Can rotate and things like that, but you see we've got this new graphic for the floor. So this shows which area of the floor is, how would you describe it, like placeable, occupied. You see the red areas are areas that are you can't build on, and the green are areas that you can. So we are going to improve this, iterate with it a bit. So we want to have some visualization of how much space the actual object that you're building is going to occupy, just so you can see a bit better, because I think right now this is like 3 by 1, I think. And then when you place it, it becomes a 5 by 1. But yeah, the visualization is much better, because previously all we had was this shovel ring, and it's just not accurate enough. We're actually thinking about maybe if this works out well enough, then we're going to swap over the like grass bags and stuff like that. I can't pick up grass either. It's all broken, Lee. It's all broken. The actual like growing grass and interacting with the floor with this new system as well, just to make it as obvious and satisfying as we can.
Okay, so I recently just got done with the stream, and it was a really fun time. We managed to get this image completely done during it. I made a few tweaks after, but nothing too drastic. Yeah, it's looking really cool. I wasn't planning on keeping the black outline, but we actually managed to keep it. I thought it ended up kind of working for the overall image. There was quite a few cool suggestions by both Rob Lee and the chat, such as, I'll do a different colour so you can see the differences. Lee's just adding in this tear for the bandana. The chat suggested the colour on the eye patch, and there's lots of other things that will actually help me fill in some detail, and overall I'm quite happy with it. It's always nice collaborating with people on making a design, and overall I'm actually quite happy with it. But for the rest of the day, there isn't too much left in the day, and at the minute I'm kind of just working on this big image again, filling in as much detail as I can. The image itself isn't actually that big. Well, it's big, but it's not, the biggest one I've done, but it's just there's so much in it that I need to fill in. There's so many rocks and trees and grass that I need to get done to fill in the overall image, and it's taken quite a while, so it's just an image that I'm coming back to.
So yeah, it's been a good day of just making WooLoop levels. I've made this what I've called Oasis levels, just put a waterfall in the middle of the savannah. I added in this giraffe at the end, and the reason for that is I just thought it looked a bit empty and I needed a bit something extra. And instead of adding more lines and grass and whatnot, I thought maybe adding a little character and seeing if that works out. And I think it's done a quite good job filling in the space. I was concerned with there being enough space on the actual level to put it in due to the scale of the level, but Icy was more concerned about the fact of perspective, making sure it looks like it fits in the right place, getting the height right and stuff like that. But again, I think they're doing a right job of that. Icy's going to be checking this later, possibly next week now, and letting us know what he thinks of the level. Other than that, I've been working on this other level here, which is sort of a pier. I think this is a picture of a pier from, I've got an actual photograph here that I use as a reference. And I believe this is a pier somewhere in Florida. I might be incorrect there, but yeah, I think I've done a good job recreating that as well, filling in the space with clouds and a similar sort of large half sun. But yeah, the perspective on this one's really funny. You see it gets smaller as it goes into the distance. And yeah, quite enjoyed that one. Icy's already tested this one, so that one's good to go.
Guys, it's the weekend.
Yeah, it is. It's been a pretty good week. Just saying it's been quite a long one as well. Getting used to bank holidays, but now there's none this week. But yeah, for you guys watching the video, Landscapes DLC for WooLoop will be coming out tonight, so make sure you check that out. We've been working on that all week, and I've been working on it a while ago as well. But yeah, that's coming out tonight at 8 o'clock UK time, so make sure you check that out.
And also, by the time this comes out, which would Colour Pixels Collection 3 will be out yesterday as of this video coming out, so make sure to check that out, and if you have already, thank you.
And yes, as always, thank you everyone in Discord. It's been very active again as always. A few memes in there, some more pet pictures, thank you much for that. And as always, thank you to our Patreons. The list is getting longer and longer every week, which is very nice, thank you very much.
I'm so confused about the timelines now. The timelines, the multiverse is confusing me.